Hello. Spooky Saturday time. Spooky Saturday time. We're back playing some more Scarlet Hollow again. Continuing on. Um, I think we didn't finish like chapter 2, but I think we're almost done. Something like that, maybe. I don't entirely remember exactly. Anyway, um, yeah. So was not productive today. I got like almost nothing done. I think I just decided like today was just not going to be a productive day. Um, just wasn't feeling it. Just wasn't feeling it. Needed a break day. So that was today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be productive, but hey Lazy Paradox, welcome, welcome. Yep, yep, just starting stream. Um, but yeah. Yeah, got nothing done today. But I'm streaming, and that's kind of like getting something done when you think about it, maybe. But um, but yeah. Uh, yeah. Also just kind of man, thought uh they're wrapped up in Vita. Oh yeah. 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 The the VTuber drama stuff. Um yeah, yeah. Um I haven't checked in the past hour and a half. So I nice to hear. Um yeah, it's like I don't know. So much going down, so much going down. But I don't know if anything new dropped in the last hour and a half. But I also haven't read everything because I don't know even of all the people involved. So I've only read 3 of the Google Docs. Um, but yeah, only from like if I like recognize the person. Otherwise, I'm like I don't know. But it's just sad that some people see success as pushing other people down. Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, there are like a lot of angles to take, and the thing is, it brings up so much other stuff, right? Kind of like drags up past incidences and trauma that people deal with, even if it's not the exact same or like with the exact same people. Um, it's like kind of just the disingenuousness, right? Of entertainment in general and business in general. And this is like I don't know. It's a lot to kind of grapple with, and a lot to think on. Um, because like it's interesting that well, like one angle of it, right, is that this sort of stuff happens all the time with smaller VTubers, right? Um, it is like a regular occurrence in the small VTuber sphere. And you always see smaller VTubers, uh, like subtweeting people or talking about stuff. And the thing is, like, they're referring to things that they might not even post about it because no one knows, right? Like no one knows the people involved. So like what's the point, right? For them to call out this other VTuber who's also small or this artist who's like and a lot of people do though. And like I've seen people, you know, talk about things before and uh like a lot of people like I said are bringing up like related issues, right? They're like saying like some and I don't know exactly what this is, right? Because like I apparently was open about it a few years ago. People are saying that they saw specifics, but I saw people hinting at it, and I didn't really take it seriously because honestly, like I'll say, but like basically like um they were saying like there's some big VTubers who were sort of doing this type of stuff, but not to their friends, but like to small VTubers, and so people like are bringing that up, and it's like, well, yeah, but like the people involved in this aren't exactly small streamers, so it's kind of weird to bring that up and be like, oh yeah, I heard this. They tear down small streamers, and it's like, well, this isn't. They block small streamers and sabotage small streamers, and it's like, well, I don't know if that's what's happening here exactly. Um, but like I saw people mention that before too, and I just kind of like again, people were subtweeting, they weren't talking about exactly what was going down, and I kind of just, if they're not going to name specifics or give details, like if small streamers say, "Oh, the big streamers are always sabotaging," the VTuber drama, Chunk Monkey, welcome. Um, but like, if I hear small streamers say, that they've been sabotaged by a big streamer, but they're not going to say who, and they can't say who, but they've had opportunities blocked from them or whatever, or something went down, like, unless I have specifics, it kind of just sounds like, speculation of like a small VTuber who thinks they deserve to, be big, and they think surely the only reason, yeah, like I must be shadow banned, right? But like maybe it happens, and I'm starting to think now it does. Um, when uh given some of the people speaking in very a little bit more specific terms, not like naming names, but they're like acting less speculative, like, oh, I must have been stopped by someone. They're like, no, things went down a couple years ago with so and so or whatever. But so indie VTubers with the weirdest part. Cinder's huge. Why is she just so, yeah? I mean, it just gets to people, Just normal drama. It's not normal because it's big. It's big VTubers. Uh it's like the big indies, basically. Um and uh and like probably one of the biggest live 2D artists as well, involved. And and that's also like one of the crazy things is I saw someone mention this too, but like I kind of get, and like the Suika model artist was kind of like stressing over it because she's like, oh man, if you know if people having similar models devalues the model. But the thing is, I will say that because I mentioned this before too, right? Like all these Suika models look very similar, because they are distinctives in style, and they all share the same distinctive stylistic features. But Nanoliss's models do not all look alike. Like, I would not recognize an Nanoliss model unless someone told me it was, and then I'd be like, oh wow, that's like, that's good. Good job scoring one of those. But that must have been like hella expensive. But like they don't look the same. So it's a little bit weird to be like, other people have models that look like mine, it devalues my model. Like, to a certain extent I kind of get it, right? I mean, it's true for like all branding, like um a lot of people have models that look like other people's models. And sometimes they do look an awful lot alike, and I mean it's the same type of thing, people in like books and stuff, people will be like, "Oh, I have an idea for a book. It's a girl and she goes to a wizard school, but she has to stop Dark Lord, the Dark King," right? And you're like, "Uh-huh." And and they say it's different, but you know, and they're like, "Well, I didn't copy it," and it's just like, "Yeah, but it's still very similar," type of thing. And there's like similarities where they're okay and some where they're less okay. I don't know. It's hard to, explain exactly, but like I'm just gonna say there are some orcas out there and there are some pink demons out there that look a lot like some others. But it's also seen so many variations of whale or fish VTubers. Exactly. Well, and it's, I don't know, it's like, you know, some of it, it's just some of them just look very similar, right? Like you could make it look different ways, but some of it just is, it's very similar. And you can kind of tell, like some people aren't really inspired by things, but some people are. Um, Sometimes I can kind of tell for me, sometimes you can kind of look and see which people, you can kind of tell who plays like Genshin from their models, or who is inspired by Genshin character design, right? For instance. Some people, like, it's just kind of, I don't know. It's you can see where they draw their inspiration from, and that's not a bad thing. but drawing your inspiration from like bigger VTubers might be a bad thing. To not just to that VTuber, like Iron Mouse doesn't is it not in danger, right, of of, of the pink demon competition. Uh, but but those smaller VTubers are like it's just not it's honestly not a good idea. You have your own branding, have your own branding. But yeah, so like mm, basically, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like well, some people are like, using it against VTubers, right? And being like, oh, well, VTubers, of course they have this sort of drama, of course it is, but like it's not just VTubers, right? Like this happens so often in like the YouTube communities and other um like flash tuber spheres and stuff like that. You gotta have to dark academia VTuber blue. I originally I didn't have the blue streaks in the hair. Originally it was just, you can see it in some of my profile pictures I still have up. There were no blue streaks. It was just the brown hair. And I was like, what if I'm just like a completely normal looking well, because again, I never actually meant to stream. Like originally when I designed the character, I did not mean to stream with the character. I got Vroid and was like, okay, I finally have a new laptop that so I can now try VTubing. Because in like 2022, it was when like I started thinking like, oh, maybe I could, one day maybe try doing YouTubing stuff. And then somewhere along the lines, I was like, oh, wait, actually, you can do it affordably, like for free, for freezies. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it for free, sure. Um, I didn't realize that the technology got to a point where it was actually pretty doable, for free. So, I looked into that and I was like, oh, okay, but I'm gonna probably need a better computer. So, because I had a desktop at the time and it was like struggling. And I was like, I'm just gonna buy a brand new computer. I'm gonna get a laptop. And but it'll be a gaming laptop, so and it'll be pre-built because my desktop I like built, right? So like I bought all those pieces, screwed them all in there. But I was like, no, this time I'm just gonna get something already together and it'll be good. So I did that and in like October 2022, I finally, managed to buy that laptop. And so I got the laptop. I'm like, all right, now let's, test out making a VTuber. So I made my VTuber. And just to kind of test out, that's why I made it look a lot like me because I, wasn't trying to go for any sort of branding or anything. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna, you know, test out how the program works. And so I did that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with her. I'm gonna stick with her because I kind of started creating the like lore for her and everything, and I was like, oh no, okay, like it's kind of started developing, and I'm like, oh well, I kind of want to use this model. And but I kind of sat on it for a while because I was a little nervous to start streaming again because again my like the last time I had streamed and like did YouTube stuff, it was like I don't know, I was kind of a little uncomfortable with it. That's that's why I wanted to do VTubing instead. And so I was like a little nervous to start. And so like but I made a lot of my accounts that October. And then just kind of sat on it for a while. And early December, it was when I decided to add the blue streaks because I was like, I don't think my my model, the design is unique enough. With just like brown hair. I'm like, I don't think it's gonna cut it. I think it might be a little bit too boring. People are used to all of these, like animal eared VTubers and things and with all sorts of fun crazy designs and I'm like I my model's kind of basic. I'm like maybe if I can just like put some blue streaks in the hair. So I did that, worked it into the lore, kind of rechanged the lore at that point in time actually. Well no, actually was developing the lore. The lore didn't change until like a little bit later. Like maybe a month later. So when I was like, no, that was I don't know. I didn't like the anyway, but it doesn't matter because no one knows what the lore is. The lore was or what the lore is. But but yeah, so like the um yeah, and then that and end of December was when I first started streaming, and then I didn't it was like a test stream. I didn't start streaming regularly until like a month later, but like yeah. There was like a couple like a month and a half before the blue streaks got added, to be fair. But yeah, I kind of created the character not meaning to stream with it, to be, to be honest. Do I regret it? Sometimes, because I'm like, maybe I could have had a better brand, a catchier brand, if I actually intentionally sat down and created a character and brand to use, you know? I feel like I would go with something different, like something where I can have like a little like, I don't know, like cafe background or whatever, or like, and have it be cozy and um, I don't know that I would be an animal girly. Feel like if I did have animal ears, I would want like ram horns. Those are the ones I would want. But yeah, I that's not really for me. So, and basically there's limitations to what you can really do in Vroid. It still is more customizable than this model, but yeah, there are still a lot of limitations. So, we can't do a whole lot with it. So I was kind of limited ultimately. Um, and limited to the clothes I could get, and so I was working within some parameters as well. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, the with all the drama and stuff going down, it just kind of like um again, people really digging up a lot of their own uh I don't know, like people talking about like just before, last time I checked Twitter an hour and a half ago, people were talking about how like the VTuber community to them already feels very clicky, and they're like, this is only going to get worse. People are going to be even more reluctant to try to expand and connect to new people. And that kind of sucks, I guess. And then like one random VTuber who is a guy and artist and constantly posting hot posts of his character. I like the Rams. I like the Rams. Um, I feel like that's I had um a I don't know, a character from like a book, but that I like thought up, but like I was like, I don't have enough plot. It's like a very vague. It's just vibes, kind of, or like images that I was like, oh, I like to write a book about that, but I don't really have enough going through it. But yeah, yeah, I know there's some Ram themed peoples out there. I think I'd be one of those if I were. I'm not really a big, animal ear type of person, but I yeah, I would do the Ram route, I think. But and I am an Aries, so that's my excuse. Um, but I just like the aesthetic of horns. Yeah, they look good. They look good. Um, but but actually, I'm not. Not with this model, but my other model, right? The style she wears her hair in. Like when I was younger, I used to wear my hair like that a lot because it made me feel like a happy little puppy, and it just made me happier because it felt like puppy ears. And in my head, I was like, those are puppy ears. Those the two little half pulled back pigtails. Um, and so kind of do that. But if I were an animal, I'd be a cat. But cats are so common. So I wouldn't be able to go with cat ears because that's just like no. That's what everyone does. Um, but uh but yeah, so I'd probably do Rams if I picked one. But anyway. Uh let's see. But yeah, people are talking about, yeah, like people are gonna be less open to working with new people and things like that. But I don't know. Yeah, I know, but I don't want to do cat ears. I don't want to do cat ears. This model can do cat ears and I think bunny ears and like something else maybe, but I don't really like it. So for a cat, no. No, I don't really like animal ears. I don't really want to do animal ears. I'm a girl. I'm a human girl. Um, but yeah, no animal ears for me. No, thank you. Um, but yeah, people are kind of like thinking oh no, no. My headphones, the battery is low on my headphones and it's gonna be saying it all stream. No, it's so annoying. Oh my gosh. Okay, I knew I should have charged them, but I was like, they were at 50% the other day for last stream. It should be fine, but I'm toasted. You know what? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. This is clearly I should just get a toaster model. That would be really easy though for a PNG tuber at least. Um, but yeah, people are um thinking that, there's going to be less collaborations in the VTuber community. I don't think that's the case though. Um, to be honest, I feel like people are already pretty guarded with making new connections anyway. So, Dark Academia toaster. I don't know that toasters come in Dark Academia, to be honest, but but yeah, and then what are some other things with the drama? Yeah, it just kind of like I don't know, I think it's just um the trust, issue. And like and that's the thing that gets me is like I don't, personally know anyone involved and stuff like that. Toasters don't wear clothes. Silly. Um but like, so like I don't know. To me it feels like the whole situation is more of a private situation. No, no, I don't want to be a toaster who wears clothes. I'm going to be a girl who wears clothes. Um but like I don't know, the whole drama seems very much like a private situation because like I feel like the biggest thing is the broken trust between people who, thought they were friends. And that's not like I don't know anything about that. I'm not going to really be able to empathize with that because I, don't know, you know, I don't know how any of the people involved are feeling. I feel like it's different if it's like I don't know, some type of thing that is less mm, like private, I guess. But it just is kind of, I don't know, hard to really feel like it's any of my business. And it's like more the issue is like seeing how people are reacting to it. Because so many people, and again, it happens all the time in small VTuber spheres. So like kind of so because like that's what small VTubers say all the time is they're so upset that people say that they want to be friends and then they don't actually want to be friends. They just want to collab and like, you know, use the other person for, for growth. And they never want to be friends at all. And like I'm kind of surprised by nature drama is never a business. I mean, it is if it's like has I don't know, more of an outward effect, right? But like this isn't, like it's different if it's like, I don't know, mm, like finding out an artist uses AI or something, like I don't know. Um, it's most drama then. I mean, yeah, it depends on the drama, I think. Like I don't even know, you the percentage of drama. But like, I mean, it's just like I don't know. I just mm, again, it's the sort of thing that happens all the time. Hey, John Duff, welcome, welcome. Fine, fine, you can have it. I don't care. It's not a hill I'm willing to die on. Um, but like, I don't know. It's the biggest thing is like people reacting to it because like they're very much surprised that this sort of thing can happen, which to me, I like, I mean, like maybe people like, mm, maybe they just I mean, I guess a lot of people are young, maybe a lot of people don't know much about other content creators or things like that. But like, I know a lot of other content creators and like people in the YouTube sphere and stuff like that who, um, I don't know, like these friendships are, and I don't know how, a lot of these people, how these people do it, but like they, oh yeah, I don't know, I have that command. Um, but welcome, Rika. But the, um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, like I don't know, when people say like, "Oh, we're friends," I like don't necessarily know that they're friends because again, like in like YouTube sphere, a lot of content creators will say that they're friends, but like the collabs aren't out of friendliness, right? They're like, and I imagine a lot of, I don't know, I just kind of guess, I don't know, but like I assume a lot of top creators still do it this way, where like the I don't know, just that was my assumption because I know YouTubers do it, but like, they're friends with these people, but they count up the number of collabs that they do. They count up the number of appearances they have on whose channel and make sure the other person has properly reciprocated, with the correct amount. They make sure that like, everything balances out. So like, people, it's like, oh, okay, well, your channel's smaller than mine, so you're benefiting more from this collab than me. So, I get a percentage of your, revenue, ad sales from that stream or, whatever the case might be. Like there's, there is exchange from that. Or, they'll say like, oh, we've had like in the past month or the past like 6 months, we've done like 3 videos on your channel, but again, since I'm bigger, I have a bigger audience. So, we've done 4 videos on mine, which means we need to do like 3 more on yours to balance it out. And, like a lot of people don't think of this as like the cut through word of Hollywood and people would be so heartless. I mean, I don't know. Like I never really assume like when people, because these people, like again, like there are other content creators that say they're friends, and I guess they are, but um, there's still always business there, right? They don't do anything for their friend to help their friend grow for the sake of their friend, right? There's always this exchange, and they always have this like uh point of view where they're like they don't want to get ripped off, and taken advantage of by their friends. So everything is always business if it relates to business. And some of these people, they're not actually friends, right? Because they're so steeped in business all the time that there's hardly much of a friendship outside of the business. Um, or like again, the business is just such a huge part of their relationship that like when they're when the business goes south, the friendship stops, right? Because it's to such a large degree, you know business more than genuine friends. And like smaller VTubers will kind of do this all the time where they're like, "Oh, I'm just looking for friends," and they're gonna let's make a little VTuber group and let's all be friends and let's collab and stuff, And then, they get their hearts broken when they find out that other people were in it for the friendship, and they were just in it, for the business, as people say. And but for me, I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. I kind of expect that to be the case from a lot of people, So like, to be honest, like there are some creators, like some streamers, like if like let's say one of the streamers I like, right, and I watch like big streamers, like if they reached out and asked like, hey, do you want to collab? I'm collabing with smaller streamers or whatever, right? I don't know. If they said that, there are a couple of them I would maybe say no to because I'd be like, I think I like you enough as a person that I would prefer to be friends with you. And if I like had a business relationship with you, I'd feel bad because I kind of want to be friends instead. So I probably wouldn't actually want to, engage in that business relationship, right? Because like, but I just like you as a person. I just think you're really cool, and I feel bad being locked into a business relationship. But a lot of other streamers like kind of would be okay with and stuff, you know. So like it kind of, you know, I'd be like, yeah, business relationship is fine. But like I don't know, I feel like mm, I don't know. I'm not really someone who's really big in like I mean, I guess like if you are friends with people, then you can, you know, still have like, you know, the business side of things, I guess, and like you can collab with your friends and things, but I don't know. I'm I guess very guarded in regards to that. Because I kind of assume people are in it for the friendship or in it for the business more than the friendship, if that makes sense. If it's like a business thing, right? You know, like you know, some people because you don't want to find out if they're bad people behind the scenes. Oh, I kind of do. You know, like if people I watch are bad people behind the scenes, I would like to know, to be honest. Um, I mean, and that's why, you know, like I kind of am slow to watch new people. Because, you know, like I don't know, I kind of try to vet them out to see if I think they're a good person. Um, and like, mm, you know, I will say, um, not to cause drama, but I will say that like I never watched Cinder, for instance, but I never really gave her much attention. I don't know, people who lead with the sexualized models aren't really for me. But like so I never really watched her, but I also like I got kind of bad vibes anytime she released a new model for some reason. Um And for a time, I was like, man, am I just like jealous that she has all these models? And you know, I blame myself, and I was like, man, I feel bad. I feel bad. I feel bad. I'm just like jealous because she has these cool models, and like, man, I need to you know stop. But then looking back on it now, I'm like, no, because tons of other people release models, and they never gave me a weird vibe about it. Um, I don't know. Anytime she released a model, it gave me a weird vibe. I don't know why. Um, so when it's like this drama coming out, I'm like, for Cinder. Um, something happened with her. Most VTubers are. Oh, yeah, there was drama. There was drama in the big indie VTuber sphere. Dropped last night. There's how many? Five, four? No, five. At least five. Google Docs telling people's stories. Um, so and a lot of speculation and kind of hearsay additional statements going around and things like that. Less verified, but yeah, Lazy Paradox has got it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, anytime Cinder released a model, it kind of gave me weird vibes. And again, I blame at the time I blame me. Now I'm not blaming myself anymore. I'm like, you know, maybe I was just picking up something. I don't know, right? Maybe I'm just too intuitive. But because I don't care when literally anyone else like pretty much just her new models kind of gave me weird vibes. And I was, I don't know, you know, I can't describe what the feeling was, but I wasn't, uh, mm, you know, uh, there was negativity in my heart. No one else though, and it's really just her new models. Like I never really, I don't know, but but yeah, but I also don't. I literally know hardly anything about her, and again, I don't, or any or any of the VTubers involved. I don't watch any of them. Um, I know, you know, of them through other, you know, people I watch and stuff like that, you know. And and like, mm, but you know, I kind of at the for the moment, you know, I'm kind of like agreeing with everything that's going on because obviously all these other people are chiming in and but in fact, by YouTuber Cinder intentionally copied her. Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't read. I don't know Spite, so I didn't read that one, but are not even the same things. Yeah. Um yeah, I didn't even read that one. I just read Nanoless, Val, and Silver Veils. Because the other two people I didn't know. So like even know of. I'm like, I don't really know who you people are. I'm sorry. So um and so like I just read through the ones that I knew because I'm like I don't know these other people at all. They're coming a little less uh verified for me. But yeah, it does like I don't know. I mean, it's just I guess a reminder, and it's kind of a negative reminder of how like people can be and stuff. And um I don't know. And some people are like blaming around VTubers in general because like um Cinder never gave you bad vibes, but Silvervale has. That surprised you. Yeah, I don't know enough about Silvervale at all. Like I literally just recognize the name. I don't know the vibes. So yeah, that's like I wrote up a list of like the other day of like 100 VTubers or so. I was aiming for 100. I think I got around there. That VTubers I could name just to be like if I could like how many VTubers can I name if I sit down and name them? And I made a list of like 80 pretty quickly. And then I added a few, as I thought of them. I was like, "Oh wait, yeah, that one." Cinder was one of the, "Oh yeah, that one." For some reason. Um but but um but yeah, Silverville I realized I didn't put on that list at all. She's the name I recognize, but I wouldn't say her if I was listing VTubers I know. Um Big VTubers I know. Not really smaller ones. I don't really not really counting the super small ones. Um but uh but yeah, it's I don't know, it's kind of like a weird situation just because of how, again, it's like dealing with the big VTubers, and so it's a lot of stuff. Pretty, people know of them. And the thing is, like, there are other artists who are, especially from the artists in particular, who are saying that uh and that's what I mean, it's hard to, know who's being genuine and who's capitalizing on stuff, but there are a lot of like mm, cryptic tweets out there from other artists who are like, "Ooh, I have other stories about other big VTubers that would surprise you people." Um, and I again, I don't know if that's real or if they're just, you know, trying to capitalize on the drama, but but they're like, "Yeah, this isn't the only one. Among the big VTubers, there are several who are the same sort of thing, a little bit disingenuous, a little bit dishonest, um, a little bit unethical." So the vague post is always annoying if you got something, drop it. Yeah, I like it's like what am I supposed to do with that information? Like I kind of, I don't honestly, I do not assume all of the big VTubers are 100% genuine and honest and good people. Like realistically, I'm not going to assume that, right? Um, I do kind of assume the ones that I have sort of vetted by watching them and checking out their socials and, like putting in the effort to be like, oh, this is someone I'm going to watch and support. Um, I do assume that they are good people, and I would be very sad if it turns out that they weren't. But it's also very few of them. So, you know, there are a lot out there that I don't watch. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? But but yeah, like they're like, "Oh yeah, there are others that aren't good." And it's like at this point it's like, I don't know, man, just say it. I guess. Because if you're not going to say anything specific, it probably means that you just don't have anything and people should just ignore you, or I don't know. You feel bad for the fans who are crushed. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of them are holding out. They're holding out hope for her statement. It's just like, I don't know, man. To me, I would be a little bit like, oh, okay, well, let me at least see what she has to say. If, like, if it were just Nanoliss's statement, but the fact that, like, Bao's came out right after, you know, doesn't, you know, isn't helping. Um, And so it's not just one. And also everyone's reactions is, people who do know the people involved. I don't know any of them personally. And I don't even really know any of them from like a viewer perspective, to be honest. Like again, I really only know them in passing. Um, so like, but all of the, other VTubers, they have a clear opinion of what has happened, right? They aren't saying, "Oh, let's wait for to hear her response." And to me that says quite a lot. Because they know everyone involved. If it's going to be like one person's word against another, um, I don't really know who I would trust, between them, but um, other VTubers do. Their friends know, or mm, friends in quotes when it comes to Cinder, maybe. But yeah, I kind of trust them and their read enough people. Like it was a very uh clear take on it. Um, but a lot of her fans are still, yeah, they're like, no, 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 let's see what she says. Let's see what she says. And you know what? Good for them. Good for them for hanging on. I, you know what? It'd be if she can save it, then wow. Even with Nano Statement, we know who they name dropped to not work with Silverveil Cottontail, Shy Lily Bow. Yeah. 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 It's like the receipts were there. Now, I will say that I haven't seen a lot of the actual receipts because it won't show it in the Google Doc because too many people are looking at it. So it won't show those to me. I don't know if you got to see them, but I can't see any of the images. So I'm assuming the receipts are there. But I've seen some of the screenshots people have taken and posted on Twitter about a couple of the things. Mostly her own words, as opposed to her managers. But yeah, yeah, like I don't know, I don't know. I think um the fact that people were also like they knew exactly what she would tweet and what her response would be, and then when it was to distance herself from her manager, it's like, okay, that's what everyone was assuming you would do. Um, and that didn't help. So like, I don't know. You saw the Google Docs and the separate statements unblurred their names. I see. Yeah. I don't know what the images showed. Like I don't know if the names were blurred or not, but um I mean I think uh Nana was named. I don't know if there was a Google Doc that like named more of them or something, or like if there was an image in the Google Doc that named more of them. But it felt like Nanolith specifically named most of them besides Silverveil. And then but she announced herself this evening, so we have the list. But yeah, and what gets me is her models don't even look the same. Analyst's models don't even look the same. They look different. They're perfectly distinct. It like and in some ways the fact that she makes so many great models, like I said, I know, right? I know when someone cuz like one of the streamers I do regularly watch got an analyst model and I was like, "Oh, okay." And that's actually one of the first times I like heard of it. Heard of her, but like I then like went back through and looked and I was like, oh wow, actually wait, like a lot of people have Nanolis models. Wow, that's like she did all of these. It's cool. But like uh the uh the thing is though, the fact that so many people did it, like I don't think that Nanolis's models would be as hyped if it were just Cinder. Right? Like if she worked exclusively with Cinder, I don't think the artist would have the reputation that they have, right? So which also helps boost Cinder because now her models are more respected because of the fact that she worked with them. I don't. It's so silly. The only way to save it is just to admit to apologize to each of the people separately. Yeah, yeah, and privately, and yeah, take a break, come back later. Um, yeah, I mean, she's gotta like. There's no way she should just keep on trucking. Um, like it is. This is a really cut and dry one, right? It's like there are solid receipts. There are, like, I mean, like, shout out to Nanolis for coming out with it because, like, that's hard to do and uh they did it well. I don't know if she's still with her boyfriend and it makes you think she isn't really sorry. It's probably the case. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Is that even confirmed that they were together? I don't even know. And a lot of people, some people, that's what they took out of it, right? We're like, well, the whole response was like, she's like, oh, I'm distancing myself from my manager. And then everyone's like, yeah, but your manager's your boyfriend. So like, and like, so what does that do for us here? Like, what are we supposed to get out of that? Like, are you actually sorry? Because like being like, oh, I'm not gonna have them as my manager. It's like, okay, well, are they still your boyfriend or like what? Um, but but some people are taking that to twist it around, right, and do the thing where they're like they think the problem is that she was hiding a boyfriend, right? That's what they took out of the whole thing. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she had a boyfriend, she was lying, leading guys on. And it's like this old thing again. Oh my god. Like that is not what we're getting out of this. People, someone who knew. Yeah, yeah, the reply to her tweet. Yeah, I know. So, unclear, So that whole angle I'm uncertain of, but like, I get why it was mentioned because uh it does, if her response is to um not work with her manager anymore, then like that, you know, the fact that her manager is her boyfriend does factor into if her apology, if that is an apologetic move or something. But it's just kind of like five boyfriends and a husband. Uh-huh. Of course. Thought you had a shot with a random anime lady on Twitch. Said your name once when you gave her $20. Um, yeah, and I mean like I don't know that I've seen anyone who who thought they had a chance with her and is upset, right? People are just saying that people will be upset because people thought they're just assuming that I mean, there probably are some, but like they're just assuming that there are people who thought they had a chance with her and now they don't, and and that she was hiding a boyfriend, and that's the drama, right? Like that's their big takeaway. And it's like, wow, not the fact that she completely betrayed her friends and was absolutely fake to them and using that. Like there's so many even layers, like exactly what went down. And it's like ultimately it's the betrayal of her friendships, or her lying about the friendships, because not even necessarily if she betrayed them, if like they weren't even, it's like, is she lying about it, or is she betraying? Like that's the problem. Not that she was hiding a boyfriend. Guys, get your get on track here, Ex-boyfriend. No, no, no. But like, um, I don't know. It's just like people. I don't know. They're falling into the same patterns, right? Is like the which is frustrating to me because you get that whole thing all the time about female streamers, and they only succeed because they have a bunch of guys in their chat who think that they have a chance with them, and they use their sexuality to succeed, and that's why they're successful. That's why it's so easy for women to be streamers as opposed to men, and why women are not good streamers because they don't even need to have good content. They just have to sit there and guys will throw money at them. And then but guy streamers actually have to be talented. And it's that whole thing again, and it's playing into that. And like, the idea that female streamers won't share if they have a boyfriend. And, it's like, oh, it's because if they do, they won't be successful because they can't lead people on anymore. And like, I mean, there are plenty of people who don't share their partners for like all sorts of reasons. A lot of guys don't share their partners either. Well, that's what one of the artists were saying is they were like, "Oh yeah, let me tell you some things about." And again, they took this angle too. They were like, there are a lot of big VTubers that, are dating each other and, secretly and hiding it and stuff like that. Um, and it's like, okay, but again, that's not the point. Not the point. The point is that there are some big VTubers who aren't friends apparently, and they didn't even tell the other friend. Like, not the point. The issue is parasociality, sexism, and commodification of attention. It's hard to be. It feels more cultural. Yeah, I mean, like those issues do exist, and like, but those aren't the issues this time. I mean, I guess like they're kind of there, but that's not they're definitely in the background. They're background features, to this kind of thing. Um, but they thrive when it comes to VTubers. People are even more obviously playing characters as well. Yeah, yeah. And like, and that's the thing is like that's what people are also saying is like, oh well, this sort of drama, of course, VTubers have this drama. And it's like first off, this type of thing happens all the time. All content creators. Um, but they're like, yeah, but this is definitely a VTuber thing because it's easier for VTubers to lie about stuff. And it's easier for VTubers to hide things. And that's kind of a very concerning take if people are going to just like start. I mean, I guess it's already kind of there, but for people to think that VTubers are liars, or are dishonest, um, and just assume. I mean, people already, the whole like Iron Mouse is a man type of, it's a 50-year-old man type of thing. Um, but like, it just kind of plays into that. But I think it comes at it from like, I don't know, a different angle and a different place. Um, but I don't know, because it's different to hear it about, because oftentimes it's like, oh, female VTubers are actually dudes, right? And that's like a whole different, that's a problem with the guys who are saying that because they're upset that they're attracted to something and then they're like, I don't know. But then there are but this idea is like a little bit broader than the, weird guys struggling with their sexuality and misogyny and sexism and wrapping all those that is, this is a little bit different. Because it's kind of like lying in a broader sense, and that's, a little concerning, I feel like, to start bringing that out more and more. Wait until they find out Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill was lying to us all along. Oh no, oh no. I mean, but sometimes VTubers like, will say things about their personal life and then like, it's just not true. But all streamers do that, especially if it's like hiding relationships, like a lot of streamers will, say they're single when they're not or whatever. Um, or, I don't know, we'll say all sorts of stuff. Um, and it's not, but people are like, well, VTubers it's easy because you can't like verify because you don't know who they actually are. You don't see their house, you don't see if they collab with someone, you don't see them physically in the same space, so they could say they live anywhere. Um and so it's like they you don't even know what they look like, and you don't know if they're a man or a woman, though voice changers aren't that good, but whatever. Although to be fair, like there are sometimes, there are some people who kind of can do a feminine VTuber who are guys and vice versa, right? So like those do exist. Um, but But yeah, it's just like I don't know, whatever. But um, mm, and I was gonna say something, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, just seeing the name Mark Hamill come up in chat reminded me. I read Silvervale's doc and then looked at a couple more. You scroll the timeline a little bit more, but then I saw people hating on Markiplier, and that's when I got off Twitter because I'm like, I've had enough of this. I've had enough of this. They're like, if YouTubers that you used to like but no longer do, and now you hate them, and they put Markiplier on that list, and it's like, what the heck did Markiplier do? Um, and I was and then that went downhill, and I was like, no, never mind. That's enough of Twitter. That's enough of Twitter. Thank you very much. Um, so I had to stop. But but yeah, so but we both yeah, hold on. I have like a fuzz in my mouth. That's still there. That's okay. But like it'll be interesting to see if anything else pops up. Mark if I was secretly Marky Mark in the Funky Punch. Um, no, they didn't like him because one, he is woke or something. He turned woke. Someone was really upset because again, they're one of those people that don't think he's Korean. And they think he's white and lying about it. And then there were several people upset about the OnlyFans because they assume it means he's selling nudes to children. And it's like that's not what's happening. But okay. I don't know. People are weird. People are weird. But yeah. So that's what that was about. But yeah. But anyway, the whole thing, it's interesting to see where the VTuber drama will go, what more stuff will come up. Again, some of these artists saying that they have not similar levels of drama at least. I don't know if they're suggesting it's like the same type of thing, but they're like, "Oh, there's drama like this. I could drop some big bombs here, about some of the other big VTubers." And they aren't, but like maybe one of them will. So who knows? So keeps you up at night thinking it might be woke. Well, get ready to stay up all night tonight, cause I am pretty woke. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I am pretty woke. I don't like racists. I don't like sexist. I I don't think billionaires should be that rich. I uh I I think we should have a guaranteed income and the work week should be no more than 25 hours, ideally less. I don't like AI. I don't like crypto and things that destroy the environment. Look how woke I'm being, guys. Time to be canceled. Um it's like some things are fun because you can be canceled for them, but like good. Because it means those people aren't going to be bothering you and you don't have to worry about them. So, you know, I don't mind. I know there are a lot of like, in some ways, I know it's really hard because there are like, creators that are really worried to, say takes like that or just to say that, it's like, I don't like Elon Musk. And some creators are like, oh, I don't know if I want to say that because like, what if I get canceled? And like, they're just afraid at some point, it's like, even if you're a big creator, like, dude, just be canceled then because you're going to be canceled by the people that you don't want in your community. So good. It's a way to weed people out. Do yourself a favor, you know? But the only other drama is right, yeah. The gamer subs thing. Who's a right wing VTuber. Cinder has yeah. I saw people mentioning also Cinder has ownership in gamer subs. Yeah, I didn't know what the gamer subs drama was. People were talking about it, but I didn't see exactly what it was. But hmm, hmm. Yeah, there are a lot of those right wing VTubers. Or people who mm, there's that one from a few weeks ago, right? The monkey one. Um I think she knew what she was doing. She was She was appealing to a crowd. She knew what she was doing. Um, but there are others who are like, I don't know if that's the one you mentioned is the one. I don't know. I don't remember their names. But there was someone a few months ago who was like, I don't know, being really bigoted about something. Oh, about like loving Trump and stuff and like deportations and things like that or whatever. And I don't know, they were being loud about it and they got a lot of right-wing fans and they really kind of blew up from it. And so a lot of people saw that that works. So people who just care about numbers and, are just in it for themselves, they kind of know that that's a way to get big is to appeal to the right wing. So favorite thing is when a big figure uh says canceling is the worst thing, and it's just they have been canceled and they're still missing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of people have been canceled, but for like not good reasons sometimes. Like it's not even that they've been canceled, right? They've been like quote unquote canceled. Um and I don't know. Um a lot of yeah, sometimes like, I agree with some cancellations, but other cancellations I don't agree with. Or they didn't need to be canceled, right? A lot of times there are some creators who I personally think were redeemable. They were redeemable. They made mistakes, but they definitely could have come back from them. Um, and but the cancellation went so hard that it pushed them the other direction, right? They were cool people who made some mistakes. Like there were a few people specifically in from the 2010s era. There were people who made mistakes and then got canceled. But they were, overall in the right side of things. They just made some mistakes and got canceled for them. But when they got ditched by the other people on the right side of things, correct? You know what I mean. They went over to, you know, the people who would accept them. And then they start getting a lot more questionable takes and, going down the wrong path. And I think the cancellation, if they had not been canceled and had, been, if it just hadn't gone as hard, they would have been redeemed. But no one gave them a chance and it actually led them down the wrong path. So, uh, screams you like people were mean to me online. Shit. Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends. It depends on who. There's, and the word cancel has been thrown around so often, like, um, so it just kind of, it kind of doesn't really have a whole lot of meaning anymore. Um, but, uh, but yeah, there were, it's kind of like, mm, it's canceling kind of feels like impeaching these days, right? Like someone is impeached, but they're not actually kicked out of office, right? Someone can be canceled, and before it used to mean like they kind of were deplatformed entirely, right? But now it just means that people tried to deplatform them. It could literally be three people, right? But people still might call it canceling, and those three people might not have much of had effect, but like I don't know. It's whatever. But you know, it's hard to use some of these words anymore because they don't really mean quite the same thing, or they have too broad definitions. It's kind of hard to use. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there are a lot of drama going around. So is the moral of the story. And it's very sad to see. It's very sad to see because like it upsets a lot of people, especially the people involved, and it upsets a lot of other people. Of course, our fans, and then other people who just kind of uh it hurt their trust. But in some ways, like I don't know that they should have been. If this affects their ability to trust, I say maybe that's for the best. Because for someone who doesn't know these people, like I am not surprised to say, because all you're telling me is a big indie VTuber turned out not to be, um, you know, genuine. And I'm like, yeah, I know a lot of creators who are not genuine and who are not exactly how they portray themselves to be, right? And I know this. And so from other creators in the past, and I've been online for a while, so I've seen and heard plenty of things. And and I know a lot of these creators just aren't what they seem. And you know, if people are shocked that a big creator might not be what they seem, then they need to learn that lesson, I think. It's a good lesson to learn. And it's sad, but it's a lesson to learn. But I do feel bad for people who, know the people involved personally, because that is sad when, someone you actually knew turned out to be not genuine. That's a little different. Like it's way harder. The VTubers being mean to each other. I mean, yeah, but it's the idea of like, trust, because like they might, and it's the same thing as a small VTuber will be like, who wants to be friends? Like let's be friends, let's be friends. And or all the people, you see so many of these posts on Twitter, everyone's like, oh, drop your at here, and I'll make sure to look up your channel and we could be friends. And it's like, they're farming, man. They're farming. God, they're farming. Why don't you people understand? And it's stuff like that. People are very naive. People are very naive. They do not know much about content creation at all, and they're just very naive. Um, and this is big enough where it involves a lot of people that a lot of the naive people know, and they're, shocked because they did not expect anything like this. They're kind of like blindsided. Um, and it's, and now their trust, they're, because like, they're just worried. They're like, people can lie, and they're like, oh my God, people can lie. That's crazy. A big VTuber can lie. That's crazy. So some people are just too nice. It's not a matter of being nice, it's a matter of trusting, because you cannot trust someone but still be nice to them, you know? Um, it's and some people act too nice, and they aren't actually nice. Um, and they're the ones that are being too nice, because like maybe they just should have, you know, been not nice from the start, so that people wouldn't have been fooled, you know? So niceness is a completely separate thing from any other sort of intentions, basically. But anyway, let's play the game. Time for game. Game time. Oh, let me take a drink. I've been yapping long enough. But yeah, it is really, really sad though. Again, especially for people involved. And it's so far beyond, anything that I understand. I don't know the people. I don't know their relationships exactly. Like, I don't know. But, I'm sad that their trust was broken. Sucks. But, it is something that's like entirely nothing to do with me, but it does suck. And I'm just sad that, it's not sad about I don't know. I'm interested to see where it goes, right? I'm interested to see where it goes. Is all. But yeah, it happens to small VTubers all the time. All the time. And it's also interesting though, because it also reinforces the divide between small and big VTubers, right? Because people are like, I didn't realize this happens in VTubing. And it's like, you absolutely do. You were literally talking to small VTubers about it last week, right? But when people say VTubers, they don't mean small VTubers, right? They mean the corporate VTubers, and they mean the big indies. And I do not know what even counts as a big indie. I don't know where, which I think is an interesting thing, because like I don't know where we would draw the line in like how big of a viewership it makes a big indie, right? I'm actually always sometimes intrigued by that. Like, where is the dividing line between, you know, or is does it have nothing to do with the size, but does a big indie mean that they are in the same circles, right? Is it a networking thing? Are they in the like clique, right? And people were mentioning like VTubers are cliquey, and sometimes I think, yeah, there are some pretty big indies who aren't considered like the big VTubers, even though the numbers are there, because they're not in the same cliques, right? So it's just kind of interesting sometimes. But the shocking part is learning that I secretly punch dogs as a professional, disappointed teacher. I do not punch dogs. I do not punch dogs. A dog jumped on me today. He jumped on me. It was so rude. So rude, but I didn't punch him. I didn't punch him. I jumped away. I jumped away. I was like, no. I was like, no, no, no. Jumped on me. He put little paws on my thigh. So rude. So rude. If I weren't trying to go pick up my groceries from the Instacart driver, I would have probably been less upset about it, but a dog should he love and I hate him. Yeah, well, you know, maybe that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem. No, but there were two ladies talking right by like in front of the building, and they were like on either side of the door. So I had to pass through them to go outside and get my groceries. And then there was the dog, and he was like barking, and the ladies still didn't notice me. I don't know. They're like, dog, stop, stop. And I'm like, ladies, I'm trying to get through. Hello, like it's me he's barking at. Like, can you try to back him out of the doorway maybe so I can pass by? And then because they weren't really, and then they kind of pulled him back a little bit, but not enough for me to pass by without the dog jumping on me. And I don't know why they had to be standing right there in front of the door like that anyway. It was awkward to walk through their conversation. I hold it more against the ladies than the dog, I will say. But if I weren't trying to get groceries and stressed about the ladies, then I would have been less upset. But why is this game window not the right shape? Okay, whatever. Okay, continue. Oh, right, this guy. Oh, I told myself mentally last time I would check up and see what his voice was, but I don't remember. Uh-oh. Alright, we need to give him a new voice. I'm not a dog hater. I'm not a dog hater. Dogs hate me. No, they don't. That's a lie. Just my dog hated me. I'm not a dog hater at all. Dogs are cute. I don't like it. Big dogs make me nervous though, because they can jump on you and knock you over, and then they could bite your face off. And I don't really like it very much. So. And I sometimes had some dreams of dogs biting my arm off. And it's kind of scary because then you see like the bone in there because it just bites it right off at the middle of the forearm. And you see the bone and all the blood and stuff, and it's like upsetting. So it can only knock you over if you're small. Yeah. Or if you are average sized for a woman. You are average size for a woman. Yes. And I'm above average, but even then, I know how big a dog is when it stands up. I'm not small. I'm above average in height. Okay. What's this voice gonna be? Yeah, but he's there every day, and I know he comes in to see you every now and then, so I don't know what his voice is, man. I don't know. I hardly think about Mr. Tremaine not coming into the diner for one day is I hardly think Mr. Tremaine not coming into the diner for one day is something to worry about. Well, if you say so. See you around, Sybil. You have a good one, dear. Oh, Tabitha, long time no see. Feels like you never make it all the way down to Main Street. Okay. Hey, I'm sure it goes without saying, but I just want you to know that all of us over at the diner really feel for you. Anything you need, just let us know, okay? What? Avery nods politely and then leaves without saying another word. Thank God. I mean, he's one of my favorite characters in the game. He seems pretty cool, but I don't know. I don't remember what the accent was. I don't know what voice I gave him. Okay. Who the hell was that? She doesn't even know Avery. I just got here and I know Avery. Oh my God, Tabitha. Tabitha. You need to get out more. Probably no. How dare I say that about Avery? I'm just gonna say that was Avery Tabitha from the diner. Okay, sure. Anyways, it's not important. Good morning, Sybil. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Still, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Your brain is broken by video games. If you die or get really hurt in your dreams, you just restart or reload. Yeah, no, I just stand there bleeding out and upset about it. And then I wake up. This is a little loud. I don't know if it's loud. Okay, no, it's just loud for me. We need to do some volume readjusting. Okay. It'll just be a minute. Okay, is Kanika okay? Sounds like your daughter's pretty mad at you, Sybil. Can I go with you? I like the tea room. I'm afraid of Miles. What if he makes fun of me for being old? Can I have some tea? Can I go with you? I like the tea room. I always like visitors in the tea room, but I'm afraid I'm too busy to entertain for long, so we won't be lingering. Might as well just wait out here. No need to cram in there like sardines. Simple motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. I'm gonna chat with Miles, though I'm afraid I also forget what voice I gave him. So, Miles. Thank God. Before you can finish your thought, you're halted by the tinkling of bells announcing another patron. Who's this guy? Excuse me? Wait, you're Cell, aren't you? My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. I could have saved him. I'm so sorry. Nah, man. Duke made his choices. I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah, it wasn't pretty. Sorry, Bo. Found his body yet. They seem to want to pin it on me. Folks don't seem to care that your dad is dead. I'm sorry for your loss. Classic. Can't go wrong. Professional voice actor. Exactly. Thank you. The policeman said he might just be out hunting somewhere, but me and my mama both know he ain't coming back. Mama's pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now, but it ain't easy. Me and him was supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week, but now he's gone, and as of this morning, so is she. So I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I may as well make myself useful and get out in the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. He was there, right? Could you tell me where to look so I can try and find him? Is Big Betty one of your chickens? It's dangerous up there. I want to go poking around. You should let the police handle it. If they haven't found him yet, there's probably nothing left to find. I don't think you want to see him like that. Your dad was killed by ditchlings. They're the things that have been stealing your chickens. If you see anything strange, well, just ask. Have you seen anything strange on the farm the past couple of days? Not really, no. But I've been awful busy with everything that's been happening. Them chickens keep disappearing, though. Maybe we'll say he was killed by the things that keep stealing your chickens. Your dad was killed by ditchlings. There are monsters that showed up when something bad was going to happen, and they're the things that have been stealing your chickens. I ain't never heard of a ditchling before, but whatever they are, they won't stop me from trying to find my daddy. Okay. He died. I could tell him not to go, and honestly, we'll probably save his life because he'll probably die if he goes. But you know what? I think he should. If he wants to go, he can go. He looks like a grown man. Watch him actually be 12, but... Hey, Miles, how old is Bo? Okay, we're gonna tell him. We're gonna tell him. You know, he deserves to know. It's up to him. Also, I like how over here this is authentic rocks. Authentic rocks right here for ya. Okay, he died on the northwest edge of town, off of Azkina Trail. Didn't realize I was paying that much attention to my surroundings at the time. Thank you, Sel. I appreciate you trying to help us out. I don't rest easy knowing he's out there somewhere all by his lonesome. And please tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. You're tired of all the fake rocks, see the real thing? Yeah. Oh, to be fair, a lot of the rocks, like crystals and stuff, are fake. They're just like colored quartz. They're not like all the different things that people say they are. So maybe that's what that means. Pulled from... Oh, probably like Scarlet Mine or something like that. I think it's probably what it says. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Yeah, they said they wouldn't be very long. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Meet at library after, figure out plan. And then it buzzes again. Stella sends you back an image of an exhausted alien. Kinda looks like those ditchlings, you know, when you think about it. Don't pay more than $10 for fancy rock. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, honestly, usually they aren't that expensive, right? Because they're fake. So they sell them for really cheap. Like, you'll be like, oh, here's like, I don't know, citrine or something, right? And it'll be like, you can get like 5 citrine pieces for $2. But the reason or like 5 rose quartz pieces for $2. So the reason is because they're fake. They're just colored quartz, so. Oh wait, Bo's still here. He's off in the corner. I just noticed him over there by the Pepsi machine. Hey again. LOL. If you want to come over for breakfast, would not hate it. And then it buzzes yet again. Somebody was busy this morning. Oh, hey again. If you want to hang out before the library thing, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. Tabitha sure is taking her time in there. Oh god, we could go see Avery and have to figure out his accent again. Ooh, I need to figure out where to go. I mean, we probably should wait for Tabitha, but I kind of don't want to because I kind of don't like Tabitha. Ooh, this sign over here says snackin' morsels. You could get snackin' morsels. That looks like it says boo nuts. Bog Witch brownies. Oh, this is spooky themed. Okay. Cocoa nuts down here. Huh. Okay. I feel like we should go swing by Stella's. Because, like, what would our point be to go to the diner to see Avery? Like, I mean, I'm sure this will give us a cool branch of drama. Sure, Avery's got some stuff brewing. Something else might happen at the diner. I do love me a diner. But, man, I don't know. Am I romancing people too? Is this a romance choice? I'm always picking fights with one person in the games. Wait, who am I picking a fight with? Tabitha? I just don't really like Tabitha. Yeah, I don't really like Tabitha, but I'm not picking a fight with her. She doesn't like me either. Maybe that's why I don't want to hang out with her, because she doesn't like me. She's mean to me, you know? Stella's been really friendly, and Kanika's warming up to me, and Avery's been really friendly. You know what, let's go see Avery. The one lady in Medieval Dynasty, yeah. Well, Huberta, well, that's because, you know, I wanted to like Huberta. She was the first, either the first person or the first girl I invited back to be in my settlement, right? I chose her out of everyone. Top recruit. It's not my fault. It's not my fault she hated me. She sneezed on me first, you see. And we're gonna go see Avery. See what he's up to. Maybe he has cool stuff going on. He's over his tent. He's here doing a crossword puzzle, drinking a matcha. Yeah, see, that's cool. That's a cool guy. We made a good choice. The diner is busy, but its vibe is different than it was on Monday. Its atmosphere muted and serious. I can't believe we just left Miles. Weren't we supposed to be watching him or something? The miners glance up at you with suspicion. Hey, good to see you alive and well. You caught me at a good time. Break just started. Okay. I heard about what happened last night. The diner has been buzzing all morning, so I've been hearing a lot of things. Seems like those fellas back there are getting pretty riled up. It might be a good idea to give them some privacy, especially considering, you know, who you're related to. How about we take some biscuits to go? There's a little garden next door. I think you might like it. I like it anyway. See, we're gonna get biscuits and go eat in a garden. What if he's got a little green shirt? He likes green. He likes the color green. This is a matcha. I just saw it. He's wearing a green shirt, and we're gonna go out to the garden. That's good. Green flag. Okay, but I want to know the goings on. Good idea. As long as there are biscuits in there. Kind of hope they chill over breakfast. Good idea. No, what? I'm fine with the garden. Yep, let's bounce. 2 biscuits to go, if you don't mind, Sal. The sour-faced cook nods and sets a box on the counter. See ya, Aunt Winnie. Don't get my Avery in any trouble, Sal. I've heard about what you've been getting up to, and if anything happens to them, you'll learn the true wrath of Southern women. Oh my gosh, I forgot Avery was non-binary. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Avery. My bad. Won't do it again. I completely forgot. We'll be sticking around the neighborhood unless a sinkhole opens up. I can't imagine there's been much trouble to get into. And this is the spot. It's a public garden I've been putting together. It was just an empty lot when I first moved here, but Winnie said it was okay for me to mess with it. So when I'm stuck in a rut with work or music, I come here and dig around in the dirt, just organizing the chaos for a little while. But I don't think we came here to talk about my side projects. No, I'd love to hear about your garden. I've been hearing some absolutely wild stuff about last night. I mean, I don't know how much you overheard in the diner, but seems like the miners are planning a strike. Some of them have been saying that the old mine is haunted too, that ghosts caused the collapse, and that there's some guy walking around claiming to be a dead man. Those two girls are trapped down there? What really went down last night? Text Tabitha about the strike. I mean, that's just gossip. Let's ask. Wait, the workers are striking? Yeah, and all it took was 2 kids being buried alive. Honestly, it was a long time coming, the strike, that is. Clash was inevitable. As are all clashes when power is in play. Oh, we're not gonna do the mystical answer. It's so annoying. They shouldn't strike while those kids are still buried. Good, more power to them. Yeah, I've only been here a couple days, and even I could tell that something was brewing. I'm ambivalent about the whole strike situation. In a few days I'll be gone, and this trip will just be a distant memory. Tabitha can't catch a break. Should I tell my cousin? I should let Tabitha know. I'm gonna say I should let Tabitha know. I guess that's your call. She's your family after all. She'd do whatever she could to stamp that Strack into the ground, though. Yeah, like, maybe meet their goddamn demands. Did you think of that? Like, what hurt does it do to tell her that they're gonna strike? Because now she just knows that they're serious about stuff. Like, she's gotta find out that they're striking. What can she do ahead of time before they strike? Unless you're worried she's gonna fire them all ahead of time. But, oh look, there's our house. I can see our house from here. It's up on the cliff. We could talk about a side project. Wait. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna text Tabitha. I thought about it though, but I'm not going to. Avery, I mean, I don't know my cousin, right? But Avery didn't seem to think that that was a good idea. So I think I shouldn't tell them. I should take Avery's advice. Take their advice and not tell Tabitha. Okay. I'm gonna fill them in on last night. You do your best to sound sane as you fill Avery in on all the details of what happened in the mines. The knocking, the ghostly figures of dust and light, the strange episode with the stone, and of course, the violent way it all ended. Holy shit. Nothing ever happens here. It's like this town has it in for you. Feel the chains of destiny drag me here. I'm not gonna be like that. It's fine, I like to roll the punches. I enjoy the challenge. I'm kind of indifferent to what's going on, to be honest. Would it be bad to say that I've actually been having a good time? I just wish someone would help me leave. I'm sick of being in a horror movie. You regret moving here now that everything is going to hell? Oh yeah, they moved here, so like, I don't know why I'm giving them a southern accent. I don't think I did originally. I think I gave them... I don't know what accent I gave them. Can't remember. Okay, I'm gonna say, would it be bad to say that I've actually been having a good time? Avery smiles coyly. Coyly. I don't like to admit it either, but it is kind of exciting, isn't it? I'm just gonna give them kind of like a little dramatic flair. They look dramatic. But I'm gonna take the southern away. I don't think they need to be southern. I just wish I weren't hearing about it secondhand. Seems like that's how I hear about a lot of things in town. I guess I should be glad I haven't been in the middle of all that danger, but at the same time, I want to know what those ghost miners look like, you know? I want to have seen those awful little things that live in the woods. But I also hope it quiets down. The past 2 days have probably been as much horror as this little town could handle. Flirt! We can flirt with them! This was the first flirt option we've had in this whole game. I was wondering if we've been romancing people or not, right? Remember? That's what I just said. I was like, if we pick Kanika or Stella, are we romancing them? What is going on? We could flirt with Avery. But I feel like Avery's someone who's just very flirty to begin with, and I don't think, like, any flirting with them would actually be serious. Because, like, they're not going to take it very seriously, you know? We could say the same thing as a flirt, or not as a flirt. Wait. You want to trade places with me? Flirty? You want to trade places with me? Not flirty. Also, wait, how do you even say that, flirty? Wait. What? How do you make that sound flirty? How is trading places with someone flirty? Anyway. I think it remains silent. That's awkward at this juncture in the conversation. I think it's natural to feel a little excited. You're probably right. Just part of being human, isn't it? Obviously, I'm not very flirty. Apparently, trading places is very flirty, I suppose. I guess I should technically hope I don't find myself in the middle of something horrific, but if I did, I don't think I'd hate it. Yeah, I knew Avery was cool. A quiet breeze passes over you. You're hot? What? What are these options? Where is this coming from? Are we talking about their coat? Is everything in this garden yours? So, you like plants? Actually, I kind of like that one. It's delightfully awkward. What do you honestly think about this town? Seems like you make good friends here. You mentioned music when we first got here. Are you a musician? Want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? I definitely want to make sure I invite them ghost hunting. I feel like they don't want to, though. I kind of just want to call them hot just to see what happens. It's so awkward. But I want to make sure I invite them ghost hunting. You want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? Me and Stella and Kanika are gonna ghost bust Oscar's house. I think around sundown. Ghost hunting. Hell yes. They're coming! Count me in! I don't know if I believe in ghosts, but with the sort of freaky stuff Scarlet Hollow has been throwing at you this week, I guess I'll be prepared for anything. Thanks for thinking to invite me. I really appreciate that. Oh, Automod. What did Automod do this time? Oh. I'll allow it. It's like if you ask one of my later. What? Trading spaces? Or trading spaces. The TV show. Trading places with someone? That's not asking. That's not the same thing at all. You should put yourself in my shoes is not a good pickup line. Definitely not a good invitation line. But anyway, I'm so excited they're coming with us. Okay, so you like plants? Couldn't you tell? You should see my place. It's practically a jungle. Now that's a pickup line. I've got pothos, monstera, pilia, a few variants of fern, and peperomias. I don't know how to pronounce some of these. I'll spare you the full roster. It'd take all day. You have a favorite. It'd have to be my dragon scale alocasia. That sounds like a skin problem. I'll admit, it's partly because it's called dragon scale, like it's some plant from a fantasy world. You like fantasy? It's also a cutting from one of my online plant friends. You have online plant friends? Life's got pretty busy, so we don't talk much anymore, but every time I look at the plant, it reminds me that someone cared enough to package it up and send it to me. Plus, the leaves look like big, puffy cartoons. Excellent quality in a plant. I guess. Return. What does return do? You mean go back inside? Can I return? Okay, we're going back here. Good. Okay. I like how we could also enjoy a quiet moment or experience an awkward silence. Like, we have so many directions to take this interaction. Avery is really what we want them. We get to make Avery what we want them to be, you know? It seems like you made good friends here. Oh, sure. Kanika's friendly, though she's usually busy with the store. And Stella, she's one of the nicest people I know. And she stops by the diner at least a couple times a week to say hi. But still don't feel like I know her. Like she has some kind of wall up. It's the same for a lot of folks around town, honestly. Most of them grew up together. So they don't talk about the tougher parts of their lives. They just know each other so well. And someone like me, they transplant. You're non-binary. A transplant. They don't trust. Doesn't know about any of it. I would do the awkward moment, and it's not a choice. No. Why did OneDrive just install stuff? OneDrive, you usually tell me about these things when I turn on my computer. What's going on? Anyway, it's not my business to ask. So I'm polite, I do my job, I go home, I take care of my plants. I wake up the next day and do it all again, in a town full of friendly strangers. But see, I don't really do awkward silence. I'm actually, usually it's pretty like, I don't know, I'm pretty good at being silent. IRL? No, it's not an awkward silence at all. I mean, maybe it is for me, but usually it's not for the other person. Thought of befriending my cousin, Stella, Sybil. Everyone's pretty welcoming to me. I don't know, people here seem just fine to me. At least some of them. I know what you mean. I feel like everyone here is hiding something from me. No, you sound unhappy. I wouldn't say that. This is the happiest I've ever been. And it's not like I'm all alone. I have Aunt Winnie, still. As chill as she is, there are things you just don't talk about with your aunt. So I guess I'm not unhappy, just a little lonely. Translate, goddammit, not translating the plants. More to get the guns we can practice. Hell yes, yeah. Well, but they are the transplant, you know. So like, it's fine. The plants are still cis, I think. Okay, let's return. I don't know. Committing to those. Okay, let's just say you're hot. I just want to see where that does. He said he's lonely. Let's hit on him. Let's hit him now. Bam. Sorry, them. Hit on them now. You're hot. Avery chuckled. So I've been told. Though I hope you came to see me for more than just the eye candy. Okay. Yeah, see that word. I knew they would like just brush it off. I knew they would brush it off. Okay. What do you honestly think of this town? It's definitely quiet. It's good to have hobbies to try and stay busy, but yeah, it gets boring. You don't tend to meet many new people or try new things, but it's cheap and Winnie pays me a much higher wage than I make at the city. Really? Because usually the country jobs do not pay more. So I'm gonna stick around, save up. Maybe eventually I'll move someplace else. I don't like to think I'll wind up stuck at the diner for the rest of my life, but I don't know where I'd move either. Hopefully I'll figure it out one day. Okay, let's enjoy a quiet moment. You let the breeze wash over you as you enjoy a quiet moment in Avery's garden. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Almost forgot it's Mayor Jimmy Day! Stella, you're ruining the moment. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar and Rosalina. Meet y'all there in half an hour. I totally blanked on that. Been having a weird / foggy morning. Wild that they're still doing the Mayor Jimmy thing even after last night. Do you think news has spread yet? But yeah, we should go see Oscar. See y'all soon. That's a lot of text. It's Mayor Jimmy Day? Oh, it's Mayor Jimmy Day! Hell yeah! He's one of the best parts of living here, honestly. I've still got a little bit of time to kill before my shift starts back up, and I'm sure Aunt Winnie won't mind. Let's go over there before there's too much of a crowd. Okay. Yay, Avery's coming with us. Yay, they're coming with us. You and Avery make your way to the former town hall, now Scarlet Hollow's library. It's surprisingly busy. A small crowd formed in a corner of the main foyer. Oh, hey, Sel, and Avery, too. Hey, I can't believe I almost forgotten about Mayor Jimmy Day. Surprised to see you here, Sel. I half expected you to have skipped town. Yes, the whole gang's here, and Avery, too. I've been waiting to introduce Sel to the mayor for like the entire time I've known her. It's been like 2 days, Stella. It'll be worth it, trust us. All right, shall we? Okay. It's Mayor Jimmy! He's a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of his authority he's been elected to. Yeah, it's how you know he's mayor, because of the top hat. I know that to be true. Mayors wear the top hat, just like in my hometown. That's how you know he's mayor. And unless you're mistaken, The serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. The mare's little nose starts twitching as you approach. His doggy eyes shine with a curious intensity. Oh my gosh, look at Gretchen. Look how much awe she has of Mayor Jimmy. Oh my god. Gretchen is like enamored with the position that Mayor Jimmy has found himself in. Gretchen, like, I don't know. She might even have a little bit of a crush. I don't know. But it could just be, you know, just a lot of respect. Hard to know. He knows you have something. Boiled peanuts! Mayor Jimmy! Wait. Oh no. Aren't dogs allergic to peanuts? Is that right? Isn't that a bad thing for dogs? Aren't peanuts bad for dogs? Right, hold on. I'll look it up. Oh, they're not. Okay, good. I don't know why. For some reason, it just feels like everything's bad for dogs. Okay. I don't know where you got the dog hater from. You just decided that. That didn't even come out of anywhere. Didn't come out of anywhere. I protected Gretchen. I let Duke die to save Gretchen. And you dare call me a dog hater. Offer him a campaign contribution. Here, Mayor Jimmy, would you like a boiled peanut? You hold out your now slightly rancid bag of boiled peanuts. The mayor's nose twitches eagerly at their strong odor, and then he's on them in a flash, ripping through the plastic and devouring the soft-shelled legumes. Someone finally ate our peanuts! Oh my god, Mayor Jimmy. You're like my favorite person in this town now. Sorry, Avery. I wasn't like, ooh, get off. I was like, I have no time for this. And also like, there's a dog on me. You know? People don't touch me a lot. Dogs don't touch me a lot. I don't like it. You know? Generous campaign contribution. Donate to a local politician. That's the achievement I just got. Oh, gee, thanks. Best acting, huh? Great. Drop it, sir. Drop it. The security detail tries to tear him away, but it's too late. The peanuts are already eaten. Look, I don't try to be an actor. Oh, hey, you finally got rid of those things. Thank God. You'd better hope those nuts settle well if the mayor gets any tummy trouble after eating your disgusting pocket peanuts that we have to pay. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. Why would I talk to any of these other people? It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking, only head pats and ear scratches allowed. But he has a hat on his head. Isn't he just the cutest? And he held out his hand. He was gonna shake. It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends, and Winnie's Biscuits. Oh, and the close-knit small town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. He's pretty cute, too. It's almost like he really thinks he's the mayor, the way he sits all regal like that. Is he not the mayor? I'm disappointed now. Avery turns to you conspiratorially. Though to be honest, I voted for Daisy in the last election, but don't tell him that. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Whoa, hey Gretchen. Calm down, old girl, you're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm gonna have to ask you and your dog to take a step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. What do you mean they don't get along? Stella loves Mayor Jimmy. Gretchen loves Mayor Jimmy. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Tanika and Avery are quick to follow. Okay, I follow them. Bye, Mayor Jimmy. It looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Whoa. Oh no. You're the pastor, aren't you? Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. The next pope. Clipped? What? Clipped? You didn't do anything. Well, thank you for clipping things. Always encourage people to clip more. Good job. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike him. Yeah, it does. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues. What do you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it your cell? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. I'm believing the afterlife. Well, thank God. I'm hoping to find a priest. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Jeannie mentioned you this morning. Back off, preacher man. I buy one. I actually like some of these. Totally soon. You'll capture the real evil cell? Okay. Good luck. Good luck. What the hell is going on in this picture, by the way? What the hell? What is no? Oh my God! What art do people have in this town? Pastor Daniel, can you explain this picture to me? You know what? I don't trust you. Avery, come over here. Can you explain this picture to me? Let's see. I kind of want to be... Like, this feels unfair. Like, I don't want to be mean. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. We'll be nice. Because I am nice. Of course, and if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. Thanks for the offer. You know what? Remain silent. We're not even going to say anything. You remain silent. You have nothing more to say to this man. Don't worry. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Just thought I'd extend the offer in case you needed someone to talk to. The church's doors are open if you ever change your mind. Have a blessed day, Cell. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. Go after them. You find them already talking to Oscar deeper into the library. Are you sure we can't just get it over with while the sun is up? I don't know if I can handle getting scared shitless in the dark 2 nights in a row. I absolutely forget his accent as well. And voice. I wish we could, especially since I'm not particularly excited about going back in there after dark either. But I'm pretty sure it only comes out when the sun goes down. For some reason I felt like I gave him a British accent. Did I? Or was he still Southern? Or just like a deeper voice? Isn't that just like a ghost, waiting until you're at your most freaked out to freak you out even more? Yeah, there's no way I'm going in until that spirit is at full power. Oh hey, was it Astra's awesome? Welcome. I want to be sure we get the best evidence possible. This could be my one shot to get real proof of ghosts. I'm not gonna waste it just because I'm impatient. Y'all are gonna be the death of me. And you're sure there's nothing we can do for Rosalina right now? I don't think so. She's been locked up in the back room all day. In the back rooms? Why'd you put her in the back rooms? Hasn't been very interested in talking to anyone. I think the best we can do is stick to the plan. Ghost bust the house clean and give her a real bed to sleep in tonight. I just hope it's possible to get rid of this thing. This is a pretty serious ghost infestation. Is that what you call something like this? I believe it's called a haunting, but ghost infestation also sounds good. I suppose we're the ghost hunters, so we can call it whatever we want. Is there anything I should bring? I've never done an exorcism or ghost hunt bust before. Are there any tips? y'all have for a novice like me? Oh, don't worry. I'll be bringing all the ghost hunting supplies anyone could ever need. The only thing y'all need to bring is an open mind. We have the power of friendship on our side. I feel like I have to say it. We have the power of friendship on our side. Heck yeah, we do. Bring more ghosts. Yeah, I don't believe in ghosts, so I don't think there are any in your house, so maybe we should bring some, you know, just in case. If anime has taught me anything, it's that the power of friendship is unstoppable. Yeah, Kanika, you have the right idea. I forgot she's an anime fan. That's a lovely sentiment. I'm sure Rosalina will at least be glad to know you all did your best to help her. Ghost versus ghost, yeah. The only way to fight ghosts is with more ghosts. Well, if we're not doing the hunt now, I guess we should head over to Reese's? Oh yeah, so we made dinner plans with our pal Reese yesterday. I'm sure his mom will be totally fine with extra guests. But will she? Absolutely. I mean, we can even get him to come ghost hunting with us. You don't have that much time to kill before the evening's activities, and you're going to need dinner. A free meal is a free meal. I've got to get back to the diner, but I'll catch y'all at sundown. Can't wait to get traumatized by a ghost tonight. I can never tell if you're joking. I'm not. I live for the thrill. I hope it's everything Oscar says it is and more. Be careful with what you wish for. See you all soon. Time to go. I don't want to talk about Pastor Daniel. I don't want to talk about him. Okay, I hope Tabitha winds up coming. I kind of hope she doesn't. She just is mean to everyone. Why is there so much about Tabitha? He's just an awkward guy with creepy music. I don't like him. Ghost hunting is a lot of sitting around and staring into darkness, so it's not really thrilling. It depends on how much you've gaslit yourself. I think. It depends on where you are. I like abandoned places and spooky stuff. Now, to be fair though, this is just Oscar's house, so like I don't think it's that spooky, you know. But into Reese's. All right, shall we head out? But if you're like in an abandoned place, like that's kind of sometimes spooky on its own for, you know, just the vibes, you know. The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. I kind of don't want to come. I wasn't invited. I wish I had an option to not go. You find yourself in front of what must be Reese's house. A cold hesitation grips you as the building looms over the hilltop. Though it's only early afternoon, it feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. Wait, Stella. Before we go in there, you told Sel about Reese's situation, right? What, his art? Oh, the illness thing. No, we've been a little busy for small talk, you know, with all the scary events going on. God, this has been such a long week already. Well, like Stella said, Reese has an illness, and Dr. Kelly is really serious about it, so please don't make her mad, or she'll yell at us. Oh my god, I forgot Dr. Kelly is Reese's mom. I don't want to be here. I'm not invited. The door swings open. Okay, this is Reese. What voice does Reese have? Hey. Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Sel, right? Stella told me you were coming. I don't know what voice to give him. I feel like I've used up all the voices. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they really here? Are they here already? I forget her voice too. I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought another guest. And the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave some treats. And you know I always have some of those easy chew dog jerky stashed away. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards her van. I have to do the voices. It's not fun if I don't. I have to do the voices. Dr. Kelly quietly eyes you while the three of you wait. And people don't like the voices, they can just leave. Because we do the voices around here. Fancy seeing you here. Hi, Dr. Kelly. Hi, Joan. I trust dogs. Why doesn't Gretchen like you, Reese? Ooh. I'm just gonna silently wait for Stella and Kanika. You whistle as you wait for Stella and Kanika to come back from the van. Dude, people who just randomly whistle sometimes creep me out. I'm just gonna say. There was a woman the other day in the bathroom at work. I am not a professional voice actor. Lazy Paradox is lying. Don't listen to that. I'm not a voice actor. I just like to do the voices for funsies. Obviously. But there was a woman who was whistling in the bathroom at work the other day, and it was really creepy. Lazy Paradox is a liar. Okay, we're back. Great. Let's get this over with. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls, you'd be half convinced you'd wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was well done in advance, so the only thing left are the rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner, and you can leave my house and go on about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. Wait, did he do that creepy painting in the library? We still have time right now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? What a mom. It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen. I don't care what you get up to. Cool. We'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. Okay. You make your way towards the basement stairs. This is the basement of a tortured artist. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really want to comment on his mom. That doesn't really feel, like what I should do. We could ask if Stella's filled him in. Your situation's gonna be rough. What are you sick with? Kind of weird. Your art. I'm worried what I'm gonna say about his art. Because I don't know. I think it's cool. It's vibey. It's spooky. But spooky's good. Movie collection. See through, go way back. Well, there's so many things to say if you need someone to pose for your paintings this week. What? That's weird. Why am I saying I'll model for you? Weird. Are we hitting on him too? Is that what's happening? Dinner's gotta be ready by now, right? We literally just got here. Want to come ghost hunting with us tonight? He's not gonna be able to come ghost hunting. He's sick. So has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Every detail. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to... There's nothing to apologize for. I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. Wait a minute. His mom is his doctor. What if his mom is one of those creepy boy moms? And she's just, like, lying about his sickness to him, and he's not actually sick? What if she's just super possessive? You know? I mean, I know he looks sickly, but that's because, like, she's feeding him into it or whatever. You love Reese. He seems nice. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? Yeah, do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've been seeing? I'm just asking him a bunch of questions. Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. What, really? Is that why you texted me that they look like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same thing until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. Yeah, so I was kind of thinking the things around your room kind of feel similar. Yeah, it kind of looks like them. He's such a well-written disabled person, you don't know if Tony or Abby are disabled or not, but they got it 100% right. Everything down to how his friends and his mother treat him, yeah. I mean, I guess if he really is sick, but... He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. Those things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Okay, what do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, that guy who's been following Stella around? Being all ominous? Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look. For all our sakes. Okay, what do you think of my cousin? She's always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. Even if he's not really sick, he certainly believes he is, and he's got physical symptoms, yeah. That's what I was just saying, though, but, like, his physical symptoms could be because of his mom, right? Because his mom's a doctor, and if, like, she's possessive, and, she, you know, is one of the creepy boy moms who kind of, like wants to keep her son safe, because, you know, he's her baby, and, you know, like, I don't know. I always find it suspicious if someone's mom is their doctor, and is, like, you know, I don't know what he's sick with, you know, and, you know, without any information, it looks potentially sketchy, basically. And, like, he does have symptoms, but also, like, his mom could be creating those symptoms, right? So, what traits am I playing with? Mystic and Book Smart. So, we'll see what that gets us, but I'll pass, thanks. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. I kind of want to just ask, well, you know, we'll say your art. He mentioned his art. Your art, each piece exudes a sickening miasma. It's like you can feel something squirming behind the paint, the brushstrokes acting as steel bars, trapping some anguished being within. I feel the emotions you put into these. Real Goya Black Period vibes with a healthy dose of Beksinski. Exquisite, it's grotesque, it's so emo. There's a lot of it. What if we say, will he know the art stuff? What if we say it? Real Goya Black Period vibes. The healthy dose of Beksinski. Thank you. I think he doesn't know. Thought maybe he knew. Yes, that's a good thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. To be honest, I don't know much about art history. It's not exactly a popular subject in tiny K-12 rural schools, so my arts education was lacking. Even if it's not really, spent years living in such a way that's very relatable. You like it? Yeah, I think... I don't know. I just met him. But, I don't know. I was kind of hoping it's not real, so that, like, he can come ghost hunting. I'm working in the dark as far as influence. And you're doing great, man. You could gain a real following if you ever posted these online, just saying. Nah, I think I'm okay sticking to sparsely populated late-night live streams. That's all the social media I can handle. I don't know how you do it, Stella, having to exist in front of all those people all the time. Knowing some version of you lives in their heads, knowing they expect something out of you that you might not be able to give them. Okay, but if the only time you ever put your art on display is a live stream during ghoul hours, when am I gonna be able to see what you've been working on? Well, maybe if he just saves his VODs. Tell you what, when I die, I'll leave you my paintings. Then you can see them all. And maybe they'll be worth millions since I'll be dead. I'd be able to rest easy knowing someone had retroactively given my life value. Oh, it's sad. What are you sick with? I was gonna ask it. Yeah, I'm just gonna ask it. No one's saying it. And I want to know. I don't trust his mom. It's what's happening here. Jesus, Sel. Coming right in with that one, huh? We don't have to talk about your illness, Reese. Look, there was an in. He just talked about dying. I just want to know what he's sick from. I'm pulling it back. It's okay. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is going to be. Oh, you're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's going on with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time, no one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. Dude, if they don't know what it is, you might get better. Who freaking knows? So, I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable, but one day I'll wind up in a pine box, just like everyone else. And I'm okay with that. Damn, Reese. I may be a god, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Yeah, the power of friendship. Thanks, guys. But you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine, really. True, well, no, I don't agree. What's your diagnosis, though? He said he doesn't know. Surely there must be something the doctors can do for you. Even if it's just helping you deal with the symptoms. The doc upstairs has consulted with a lot of specialists. I've tried a lot of medications. Sure, some have been able to alleviate symptoms, but they always come with their own fun side effects. It wound up being a question of picking which set of discomforts I wanted to deal with. I settled on constant nausea and vomiting, and a persistent itch I can't scratch. It's manageable. As long as I can still paint, I don't care. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it is just weird, like this. Ugh. Reese pulls at the skin of his arm. It stretches unnaturally. Yeah, he needs some therapy, definitely. He never calls her mom, always Doc. Yeah, I think that relationship is weird. I don't trust his mom, is the thing. Like, and he never said that he has seen these other specialists. He said his mom has consulted them. Or his doc has consulted them. I am Yeah. Hyper elasticity. Kind of cool, right? Whoa. Does that not hurt? Nope. It feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes, but I don't know if that's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. Oh, your mom really looks out for you. No, 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 no. You know what? Okay, so without any extra thinking, I would potentially just invite him to come ghost hunting with us. However, last stream we were playing Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, and we saw what happened to Kat. Now we didn't know about her condition, right? We didn't know, but now we are told, right, that something is up with Reese. So I know better than to invite him to stuff and try to, you know, push him to come out if he can't handle it, right? So like I shouldn't, we can't say anything. Taking a sick person along is asking for things to end up with an ambulance. Yeah, something bad will happen, like if we push him, and we don't want to do that. I mean, we're not going out in the woods, at least we're just going to a house. But no, you need to stay safe, buddy. Your mom's starving you or something. I don't trust her, but clearly you're not doing well. Whether the symptoms are natural or whether your mom is creating them, I don't want to take you with us. So you three go way back. We'll ask that last question and then we'll be done. Almost to the moon. The school here is a tiny K-12, not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along as much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks, and we're stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks like a certain Scarlet I could name. He's too tall for that. Too tall for what? Okay. She's a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you, the way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here. Though to be fair, the feeling was more mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Okay, I'm gonna remain silent. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs. Sure thing, Doc. Allergic to soap. I can't wash my hands. Yes, ma'am. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a different, older house. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. No soap, you only use Purell. You wash your hands. Well, good job. You felt this before, in the dusty tunnels you so narrowly avoided last night. An oppressive hum, like a muted scream heard through layers of rock, trying to draw you towards it. You feel lightheaded. Like, why not wash your hands? Because the soap smells so good. And then your hands can smell good. Alright, well, yeah. Wait, you want a sticker? You want a sticker? I wash my hands sticker. Give sticker. Alright. I don't have, we're fresh out of stickers. So sorry. Okay, I need to continue reading because this breathing in my ears is like, it's creepy. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn as if hypnotized. Something wants you to find it. Oh. I see. Let's scroll down to see if there's anything but Monica here. Oh. There is. Snap yourself out of it. You do your best to snap yourself out of it, turning into the bathroom and dutifully washing your hands before joining your companions at the table. Bad teacher, no stickers. Look, never said not teacher. I'm a vtuber. A vtuber. Don't got stickers. Actually, I do have a stream stickers panel thing. I don't think it's working though. But I do have that. The scene is pretty. Yeah, you know what? It is. Actually, the lighting is really nice. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Wait, I have a question. I went to wash my hands. What did the rest of these people do? Because then I went back to meet with them. Whoa. Wait, why is my mouse jumping around weird? What's going on? Okay. Fine. My computer's like freaking out. The scene is too much for it. But I don't understand. Did they not wash their hands? Why did I go wash my hands and I was the only one, and then I came back and rejoined everyone? Where did they wash their hands? I'm confused. Anyway, dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Mika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches in the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. Yeah, there's no free ones. They're all bits, unfortunately. How it works. Yeah. Even if it is working, which I don't think it is. No stickers. They have emotes. Let's see. What emotes do I have here? You can have an emote. Look at that. Look, I'll give you some hype. Look, hype emotes. There you go. There you go. Enjoy. Other people got free stickers. I don't think other people got free stickers. R.I.P. you. Well, yep, too bad. R.I.P. Died stickerless. She sits opposite you at the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light, with the setting sun in the window behind her. Oh my gosh, why is my mouse not working? She's the town doctor. The dinner might be a good opportunity to question her about recent events. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauces, you know why. You can't have free stickers because you spammed them before? Oh. Okay, well, I don't think I saw any. I didn't know that when I set up, but that's okay. I have all the free sound effects and stuff. And the emotes. Enjoy those. No thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. This is the Sniff one and the Evil Patrick one. Alright, well. Well, oh, are they specific? I don't even know how they work. Are those like free in the thing? Is it like the different stickers you pick are different prices, or do I set the prices? I literally don't know. I set it up like 2 years ago. I have no memory of that. I don't know. I picked the ones I wanted, and then I think I was trying to price them because I think the stream stickers I mostly was just using for sound effects that go with them, if I recall. I really cared less about the sticker part. And I was trying to sort of scale it up from the other free sound effects that are just channel points and try to make things, feel like there's a range of options for people to contribute rather than just making everything free. Some people want to contribute and they want ways to. So, heard of factitious disorder. What is that? But we'll ask it, I guess. Actually, man, hold on. I think I have to save here. I can't. I think we have to save and call it. Yeah, save that spot. Okay. Sorry, I can't. My mouse, the cursor is not. It is not going very well. Is it? No, it's still not. Uh-oh. Hold on. Maybe I can fix it. Maybe I just need to unplug and replug. Oh, okay, it's better now. Okay. Should I restart the game and continue a little bit more? No, we're probably good for today. We'll just call it there. Hold on, let me go back to my other scene. It's almost 9 o'clock. And I can't do this game for too long because, like, the voices get my throat, so. You think you can set the price. Because after you kept spamming the Dogsnip one, they changed the price to 1,000 bits. I see. Yeah, I think that's the thing is I think I might have put them as bits because again they are like I think it was like the sound redeems that or the sounds that like come attached to them was really what I wanted. Um and they are like a little more like disruptive to stream potentially. Like if someone were to spam one over and over. They are a little bit more disruptive, so that's why I think I put like a price tag on them compared to other. And also just like I said, I want to give a range of like the sound alerts and the ones that cost bits and the ones that are uh just channel points and then, trying to give a range of things. So disruptive. Oh yeah, you'd never be disruptive. Of course not. Of course not. But yeah, I feel like I didn't play too much of the game here tonight, but I think it's just that type of day. Um, like I said, I'm not so sure. My throat is. I thought I was feeling a little bit weird earlier today too, so I was already planning on kind of not going for a super long stream. But I had fun with some drama. Yeah, some VTuber drama, and then some video game drama. Lots of drama. Good drama. I mean, not good drama, but um, but drama. Um. But yeah, I didn't actually mean to go on for the VTuber stuff for as long as I did, but sometimes you just want to talk about stuff because there's stuff to talk about. Tomorrow I don't know. I think I might play. I think maybe more blueprints. I think tomorrow. Um, I think is what we'll do. Maybe. Um, or because we have so much more to do of that game. It's actually such a long game, so yeah, you probably could keep me yapping longer, probably, but I'm kind of out of things to yap about. So, yeah, I'm done. Nothing to talk about right now. Nothing really on my mind. Head empty. Um, but yeah, so it's 9 o'clock. Time to go. How is Blueprint so long? Because it just is. There's a lot of game. There's a lot of game. I think like other people were mm, I don't know how many hours, 80, 90 hours into the game before they beat it. So, no, 80, 90 hours is how long it takes for a master puzzler. It's just a lot. It's a lot of game. It's a lot of game. So, you know, and the problem is also, I am also not just a puzzler, but I am also a yapper. So, it um, does take some time. And I haven't been streaming very long recently, which I should get back into that. I should actually stream. I should just make myself sit down and stream at 5 p.m. my time this week when I'm supposed to. I should just do it. I should just do it rather than like getting caught up because I come home and then like I'm like, oh, I'll eat some quick food and then but then I'm like, oh, well then I'll do this and then I'll do this and then like I just don't make it by 5. But I should do it by 5. So at work, no, I don't work 8 to 5. I have different hours. Um, and luckily the part of the day too. Yeah, a little bit earlier, a little bit earlier. But also like we have some work from home part of the day, which is nice. Because like because at the end of the day they're like, okay, well you can go ahead and work from home because like we're not going to have meetings usually during that part of the day or anything. So yeah, I'm up kind of early. And and also, like I said, yeah, work from home part at the end of the day, which is nice. Or sometimes the beginning of the day. And which is good because, like I said, I don't have enough work to do at work, so I'm just kind of chilling a lot. So sometimes if it's like at the end of the day, then I can like go home early and not work from home because I don't have work. So like might as well. Yeah, yeah. Well, usually if it's like 8 a.m., I'm usually at work by then, and I'm like having breakfast at work, and just kind of chilling before I have some meetings or something usually. So, because usually we don't have a lot that happens too early at work, and we don't really have a lot like towards the end of the day. Usually, like things that I have to be there for are like in the middle of the day for the most part, or like later in the morning. So, um, it depends. It depends. I mean, sometimes they're earlier, but so yeah, so sometimes the beginning and end of the day are a little bit, a little bit wobbly time wise. So yeah, I get some chill time around those parts. Or, and I have like a lunch hour too, though. Like I don't always necessarily have that free, and it depends. Depends. Lots of different things that you do, and schedules are weird and whatever. But yeah. Um, yeah, usually I actually get to leave a little bit early, so I'm usually not at work for a solid 8 hours, luckily. Sometimes, but not every day. So kind of depends. But yeah, so I get home by 5. And I have a paid lunch as well, so it would have been 8 to 4 anyway. Um, but uh but yeah. Um 8 a.m. you're scrambling to work yelling that you're not late. I see. Yeah, no, I'm on time. I'm a prompt, timely worker. But also it doesn't really matter. No one really cares if I'm like a little bit late anyway, if I am. So it doesn't matter. As long as I'm not like late to like obligations I have. But a lot of the time I'm just kind of chilling doing work in my office and that's like whatever. That's whatever. Um they don't really care all that much. But um but yeah, but I'm definitely always home usually by like around 4 or so. And sometimes earlier if I'm lucky, but usually by 4. And magic glasses and tea, reading a book, being so early. No, not really, not really. I kind of dive into work. Well, I start by eating breakfast because we have free breakfast at work. And I eat my breakfast like yogurt and granola and fruit, and then I just do work. So that way I can potentially go home early and not have to work from home if so I get all my work done. And then if I can leave, then or if I get tired later in the day and don't feel like working, then I can read. And it's often not a book. It's like manga on my phone on Kindle. Um, but yeah. Uh, yeah, I usually do work earlier in the morning though. Usually early in the morning, I'm locked in. Sometimes if I have work to do, I just don't always have that much work actually. But yeah, but I have time enough time to like come home and chill. And luckily I live close to work too now, so the commute is not very long, and I have some time to chill for a little bit and grab a quick thing to eat before stream. Uh, if I stream at 5, but sometimes I'm like, but let me just chill for a little bit. Let me decompress a little bit. And then oh, and also charge my phone because I'll be like, oh, let me like eat some food and like out in the kitchen at like the table or maybe even like at the, coffee table in the living room. I'll be like, let me eat some food and then like watch a stream, right? Because again, a lot of my favorite streamers like stream during the day. So like I might watch, oh no. It's fine. Sorry, my headphones are dead. So that's fun. But anyway, so I what is this? Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to mute this. But yeah, so I eat in my just out around, right? And yeah, I don't need to hear right now, so that's fine. Just as well that I didn't try to go back into the game after I fixed my mouse. But it's kind of weird. I took my headphones off and now it feels strange. I'm like, I don't like this. Um, I usually don't hear myself this much when I stream. It's weird. But yeah, I eat like some food, but I like watch my daytime streams, like the VODs from people who stream like earlier in the morning. Because a lot of my favorite streamers are like morning streamers. So I will like watch a little bit of their VODs in the well, because sometimes I can watch a couple people stream super early if I'm lucky. And I can usually watch them until like 8 or so or 7:30. Um, but or like in the like 6 to 7 range sometimes because I'm still like getting ready at home then. Um, but uh but yeah. But then like but a lot of sometimes people stream later in the morning too. So anyway, so well like I'll check in on and see what I can watch from daytime VODs when I come home and while I eat dinner because like I like watching something while I eat dinner. But the problem is my phone charger is in my bedroom right by my bed. So if when I charge my phone before stream because I need my phone because chat's up on my phone, so I have to charge my phone and it has to be in the bedroom and I'm not going to eat dinner in my bed. So I if I'm like using my phone to watch videos while I eat, um I'm not charging my phone. So then I have to charge my phone after that. So, it's sometimes hard to eat and watch stuff and have time to charge my phone before 5 o'clock, you know? So, um, that's usually that's that's usually one of the biggest reasons for why I can't start stream at 5, unfortunately. But maybe this week, maybe I've been like trying to get myself to do it. I just haven't been. Um, I've been watching the time well because sometimes I also get caught up in what I'm watching, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh no, I finished my food and now I'm still watching, and oh no, I should be charging my phone. Um, so yeah, it's unfortunate, but and then I'm like I have to charge my phone now, and then I have to wait a long time for my phone to charge enough. But um, but yeah. Anyway, anyway, I'm gonna go because my computer's like falling apart around me. Headphones dying, and I don't know why because again, they were like at like 50% or something on Thursday, I swear. And I didn't even have my computer on yesterday, let alone the headphones. So, psyched about Andor Cat. Wait until Tuesday. I don't know anything about that. So, I don't know about any of the Andor stuff. Um, what else? What else? What else? I think that's it. That's it. That's it. I'm all stuff to talk about. Time to go. Time to go. I get to, I don't know, watch something before bed, which is nice. And relax some more. I should post VODs, but I'm not going to because I'm going to be lazy. Today's a lazy day, I've decided. So, Thanks, Barden. Good night. Good night. Good night, Lazy Paradox. I will be back tomorrow, maybe at 5 p.m. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I don't even have work tomorrow, so it's not like I even have a good excuse. But but 5 p.m. my time or some other 6 p.m. my time, one of those times. And honestly, who knows how many more Google Docs are gonna drop in the meantime for to keep everyone busy. So if I don't stream until 6, don't worry, read your latest Google Doc news that drops on Twitter. Um, yeah, it's sad, it's sad, but anyway. I'm gonna go. I'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, you can follow my Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, and TikTok. And one more drop tonight again after Silver Veils. There's a what was this? Maybe a 6? I'll I'll check Twitter after stream and see. It's I'm just like I don't know. I don't even know who anyone else is. Oh, that was the one you were thinking of? Yeah, yeah, no, I saw Silver Veils. Yeah. That was like at like 4 something. So I saw it just before stream, really. But who knows what's gonna drop tonight? Most of the drama happened during the night last night. I woke up in the middle of the night to see it. I was like, let me check Twitter, and then I'm like, oh my goodness, there's so much happening on Twitter. Um, so yeah, but who knows? Who knows what's gonna drop? There's stuff brewing. It's brewing. But about that, I'm hoping for things to happen. But hopefully, there's not much more damage not to be done, but to be talked about. But we'll see. We'll see. So, I mean, if you know there are issues, it's good to you know take care of them, and handle them appropriately at least. So, better than ignoring it, to be honest. Um, but yeah. Anyway, you can also subscribe to my YouTube so that, and then join the Discord and all those things. And have a good night. Have a good day. And I will be back tomorrow evening. So goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.